Hello, Durud and Shalom. My name is Armin Navabi. This is the Atheist Republic. Guys, make sure you like the stream. I don't know if you guys have seen this. I think a lot of you have, given the name of the show. So I think a lot of you went and watched it. There was this Iranian Zionist guy that was debating Mehdi Hasan on the show Jubilee. Jubilee, is that how you pronounce it? Anyways, I've seen a lot of their shows. It's famous. They have this odd way of getting people to come and express their opinions, and it's very there's a lot of drama and people love it. There's debate, and okay, so it's a very famous channel, and they had basically Mehdi Hasan debating 20 as they call it, far right people. One of them was this Iranian guy, this Iranian Zionist guy, who did a really poor job. He like, is it have we done enough? Like, how many seconds has it been? Can I swear? Because we have to wait until 30 seconds. Yes. He fucked up. He fucked up big times. Big time. Let me see, guys. You in the chat. Debbie is here. MCWR is here. Mohsen is here. Evil Copra is here. Sam, fantastic. Yeah, Yasina. Yasinia. Okay, yes. What? YB, fantastic. Guys, have you guys seen a Jack is here? Heavy Gretel is here. Fantastic. Guys, make sure you like the stream. Did you guys already watch this? Like, I want to make sure. Let me actually play that for you guys. I have the video ready. Oh, actually, before I show it to you guys, because it's only 2 minutes, we have to watch it together and respond to it. I want to know how many people here know what we're even talking about. Okay, Jonah is saying here as well. Toro, fantastic. Nail Bunny is here. I have had a chance. I have had the chance. Okay, that's great. Yes, it is cringe. The Israelis in the chat, what do you guys think about this guy? This guy, I think he did a horrible job. This has blown up on social media. Like, everybody is talking about it. It's basically everywhere. And the guy has turned into a meme. Like, this happened just yesterday. And the guy has his own Know Your Meme page already. Look at this. This is his Know Your Meme page. It's become look, he looks like a villain. And look, one of the most seen jokes is like, look, he's like Iranian. Look at the mustache. Yeah, he looks like a cartoon villain. And the joke is, took a break from from tying a woman to a railroad track to come argue, referring to his cartoonishly evil. Like, let me actually look at some of these memes again. This was the show Mehdi Hasan versus 24 right, and so this guy, yeah, that's the joke there. So this guy is saying, I have never been less surprised by the physical appearance of someone than by the alt-right Iranian Zionist monarchist in the Mehdi Hasan interview. Yeah, he's basically, they're using this guy to attack do a generalization and attack the reputation of Iranians who support Israel as cringe, the monarchist Iranians who support Israel as basically far-right, ridiculous, cringe people. And so this guy is saying, I don't watch a lot of these Jubilee debate videos, but I think this is the Mexican devil. Okay, so you can see there's a lot of memes, there's a lot of jokes about this guy. The guy is everywhere. A lot of people are talking about it, and I want to play what he said, why he became famous, and see what you guys think. And because his defense of Israel is actually really, really bad, and this is why I'm going to be proven right, given that how much anti-Israeli people are now using this to attack Israel. I do want to brag about me being right about this before. Remember, I've lost a lot of fans, a lot of pro-Israeli fans on this channel because of criticizing Israel sometimes, or also some of the defense of Israel that I thought actually hurts Israel. I called it out, and we had people that were supporting us financially a lot, and then they realized that actually I don't endorse a lot of their viewpoints and the way they support Israel, and I lost a lot of fans, a lot of subscribers, a lot of people who used to support us financially. But I mean, I knew this was going to happen. I mean, I mentioned this on the Persian channel. I'm like, some of you guys are cringe with the way you defend Israel, and you think you're defending Israel, but this hurts Israel. And one day they're going to make an example out of you, and the damage from it is going to be a lot more than anything you think you were doing into defending Israel. And again, right now, especially the bond between the Iranian people and the Israeli people are so important, and this is now being weaponized. This is now being weaponized as a way to basically attack the reputation and basically how the importance of that bond. They ridicule it now using this guy. This guy has now become, I mean, that was the whole point of, I told you guys before seeing this, I mean, I think I mentioned on the Persian channel or the Persian Discord server, that this is what they do. They actually go find the worst people. No, I think I said it on the English channel because I remember Torah in the chat was agreeing with me. They go find the worst of all people to defend Israel, and they embarrass them, and they try to use that as a way to pretend like this is how people defend Israel. But when I said that, when I said like they go find people who are cartoonishly villains, like cartoon villains, as a way to try to act like this is what the pro-Israeli people say, or basically, the whole show was not about just Israel. This guy was the Israeli part, but you know what I mean? It's basically part of a strategy. They go and find opponents who are basically like cartoon villains as a way to act like they have the moral high ground. But when I said that, I didn't actually think that. When I said that, I didn't think that he's actually going to look like a cartoon villain as well. Like, the guy actually looks like a cartoon villain. He doesn't just look at him. So I did not think that. I did not. That was a surprise, and it actually helps them. No, it's not bad faith actors. No, Torah. I know for a fact that some Iranians and some Indians, okay? Some Iranians or some Indians are like, oh, fantastic, Israel, just go do genocide. It's good that yes, Israel is committing genocide in Gaza. And that's good because they're Muslim. That's what they say, some of them. All right? So we're here saying, we're basically coming here and say this is not genocide because of this and this and that. Some of them are like, no, it is genocide. And we support it. So that is not. No, he's not an actor. These people are real. I mean, I found his Twitter account. I mean, I meet these people. Some of them, I meet these people on the Persian channel sometimes, and I meet and again, to be fair though, most Iranians who support Israel don't think like this. Most Iranians who support Israel that I've seen, actually, I don't have. Actually, let me make it clear. I don't have any scientifically collected data. But the Iranians who support Israel that I meet, most of them consider Israel to be a moral army that is doing everything it can to reduce civilian casualties. But I do meet these types of Iranians and also Indians who support Israel because they say, like, well, we don't like Muslims and they're killing Muslims. So, yay. And let me actually. So, Jack actually went and found his Twitter account, and I went to make sure that's real. And he's right; it is real. Let me actually show you guys his Twitter account and what he posted, because it's in Persian. So I have to be careful because his Twitter account is full of images that might actually get us in trouble. I will put the debate, guys, but let me actually show you this. This is quite interesting. Let me actually here. Not this. You go, you come. Right. So this is his Twitter account. So I'm gonna scroll down slowly because I don't want to show the image that he shared because that could get a yes. Oh no, he retweeted somebody. Let me actually go down lower. Yes, okay. So look, he retweeted somebody saying, well, actually, let me actually play what he said first.
Answer the question.
You need to know the context first, okay? So let's go. Let me just play this. And guys, I need to pause it from here and there just to make sure that we don't get a copyright strike, okay? So bear with me. Let's watch this together.
So when children are shot in the head by Israeli snipers, Israeli snipers aren't responsible for that?
Look,
It's a simple question.
Here's the problem.
When Israeli snipers shoot Palestinian children in Gaza in the head, as eyewitness testimony and doctors' testimony proves, that's not the fault of the Israeli snipers.
This is the problem, because when you have a
problem is you won't answer the question. I'll ask you a third time.
Yeah, so at a situation like this, you just have to say immediately, like, obviously, anybody who intentionally kills children is a criminal and should be punished. And like that's what you should say, right? Obviously. And Torah, like, I don't agree with you. Like, you're saying this is a stage with bad faith actors. What do you mean? Like, you're saying this all, like, they're all in on it? I don't know what you mean. Like, are you saying that he's acting? He's not really pro-Israeli? You do know that there are people who support Israel for bad and with bad arguments, right? They do exist. They're not just acting. Like, they are there. I mean, I met them, right? Also, let me actually respond to this as well, because we need to pause it sometimes to not get a copyright strike. And at this situation, like, again, so Torah, you're saying. Oh, yeah, okay. So Torah is saying Mehdi Hasan is bad faith. The other guy debating him is bad faith? I don't know what you're saying. Okay. So at this, here's what I would advise. If somebody's saying, if an Israeli sniper targets a child in Gaza and kills that child, is the responsibility not on the sniper, the Israeli soldier that did this, right? It makes sense logically that you should ask for evidence for that to see if that even has happened, okay? However, at that situation, for the sake of the audience not thinking that you're trying to justify killing children, you should, the more immediate thing you should do is just to condemn anybody who does that, no matter what side they're on. That's the more immediate thing you should do. You shouldn't question. I mean, you should question that maybe later, to whether or not that has already has happened at all or not. But the more important thing is, like, well, obviously, if any Israeli soldier that does such a thing, that's a crime. Let me actually, I will actually explain more what my answer would have been. But let's actually watch this more.
When Israeli snipers shoot Palestinian children in the head, is that not the fault of Israeli snipers?
Well, you got to let me finish.
No, you got to answer the question. Fourth time.
Well,
when Israeli snipers shoot Palestinian children in the head,
will get to your
we're running out of time. I need to know what you think about innocent children.
Because
what you said was pretty outrageous. You said so-called innocent Palestinians. For the fifth time, when Palestinian children are shot in the head by Israeli snipers, is that not the fault of Israeli snipers?
What did those children do?
Look, this was the worst part. He said, what did those children do? What did those children do? As if there is a justification. Okay, so let's be clear. We're not talking about collateral damage. We're not talking about, like, Israel, for example, suspecting, like, finding an area in Gaza that there are Hamas fighters, and you're bombing the area, and there's children around, and those children die. We're talking about specifically targeting children, right? So we're talking about especially snipers, because snipers, when they shoot at something, they know exactly what they're doing. And no, I'm not talking about 14-year-old Hamas fighters. I'm talking about, let's say, for example, because they're saying 9-year-olds, 10-year-olds, right? I mean, if a 14-year-old Hamas fighter has a gun in his hand and is about to do something harmful, obviously, that becomes a legit target if they are basically doing something that could actually take other people's lives, right? Obviously, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about an unarmed 10, 11, 12-year-old person in Gaza. If you show me that there's bodies of them, they were not armed, they had no suicide vests, they had nothing, and there are clear signs that they were taken by sniper shots in the head. Again, because snipers don't know exactly what they're doing. They can I completely identify their target and whatever. Okay, so we know that, right? If you show me evidence that has happened, instead of keep saying, like, well, who's really a child? well, did this really happen? I mean, at that point, you should be like, yeah, if that has happened, that's evil. That's evil shit. That's some evil shit right there. That's it. That's what you should say. You should say, this is what you actually should say. You should say that when I say I defend Israel, you're so naive. Did you think that I was saying that I defend every single Israeli person? When I said that I defend the IDF, were you, oh my God, you're so stupid. Did you really think that what that means is that I meant that there's not a single bad soldier in the army? Is that what you, wow, that is so embarrassing for you. I defend the IDF. I mean, I defend their values. I defend the command structure. I defend the policy. I defend their objectives. That's what I defend. Oh my God, that's embarrassing for you. You thought that I meant that every single soldier in IDF is a good person and they have not a single bad person in there? Is that what you think I meant? That is what you should. That is how you respond. You obviously, here's the thing, guys. This is why I think you shouldn't be like, oh, there is no evidence this has not happened. Because I could promise you without evidence, just because of the law of large numbers, that there are IDF soldiers that commit war crimes. You know how I know that? Because that's what happens in every fucking single war. Of course, there are going to be some bad soldiers that commit war crimes. When we defend the IDF, we are defending it because the IDF has done more than any other army to reduce such crimes. Not that they're going to be successful in removing every single one of it. No army in the world is going to be able to do a full-scale war and be able to eliminate all chances of a single war crime by every single soldier ever. Like that is the reason why we defend Israel, because the standards for Israel are so much higher than any other country. Show me a single full-scale war by any country with not a single soldier having committing any war crime. I mean, I'm partly Canadian. You know, I know what I'm talking about. You guys know what I'm referring to? Canadians are famous for their war crimes. Of course there will be some war crimes. So this is why I'm saying, like, hey guys, where's the evidence that this has happened? Because here's the thing. Even if they're lying about this, they will find something eventually of some IDF soldiers doing the most horrific things. Somebody in the chat is saying, how much do they pay you? I don't know, guys. Maybe give me some super chats so I could answer. If Israelis, if you want to give me some super chats, Jawad is asking me how much Zionists pay me. So I would appreciate some super chats so I could. Hey, Jawad, the answer is not enough, because I do a really good job here. Okay? I do a good job, so not enough. They need to pay me more. Guys, I have lost some support for this. I have lost many super chats for this. So less than usual, Javad, because this is the right position. Don't go all the way. Don't do black and white. Israel is the most moral army in the world. The IDF is the most moral army in the world. Okay? Not because no soldier in Israel commits any war crime. It's because we judge by we use numbers. We look at the final results. We look at the averages and we compare it to other wars. We look at the civilian casualties relative to the numbers of combatants killed. And we realize that even if you could find me examples of some IDF soldiers doing horrible things, Israel has performed better than any other country in the world. I mean, this doesn't happen accidentally. This does not happen accidentally. You being able to achieve lower than average civilian to combatant ratio of people dying in an area that has the highest population density in the world, second highest in the world, that has an enemy that doesn't wear, that you're in an area fighting an enemy that is not wearing uniform, and an enemy that has been proven that it uses human shields, that has been proven that your enemy uses human shields, and they brag about the fact that the blood of the martyrs actually is making them stronger. They want more civilian killed. So in that situation, you being able to achieve a lower than global average civilian to combatant ratio is like a miracle. The United States achieves 3-1, 5-1 when they were fighting ISIS, and the number for urban areas is 9-1, and Israel has achieved 1-1. So yes, you're going to find me some evil IDF soldiers. I know you will be able to find them eventually. Even if this is a lie, I'm sure you're going to be able to find them. Am I going to judge the IDF and Israel based on these examples of bad soldiers, or I'm going to look at the big picture? I'm like, this does not happen accidentally. These results can only happen if the army is doing so much to try to reduce civilian casualties. It's not like, oh, whoopsie, we broke a record in trying to reduce civilian casualties. We were trying to genocide. We were trying to do a genocide in Gaza, but accidentally we broke a record in the lowest number of civilian casualties in urban warfare. It's the worst genocide ever. This is the worst genocide ever. You were trying to wipe out a population, but you managed to get the record lowest number of civilian casualties relative to the combatants. This is obviously on purpose. This is why as people who defend Israel, but like, oh yeah, just kill the, like, you're not defending Israel, because Israel itself is doing everything beyond international norms and standards and laws to try to reduce civilian casualties. And you think you're defending Israel by saying like, oh, kill the civilians? That's not Israel's policy. That's your policy. That's your policy. Like, oh yeah, just kill the Muslims. They're Muslims. They deserve to die. That's not Israel. That's not Israel. That's not the Israel I love. The Israel I love has done more than anybody in history to try to save their lives. Shana, thank you so much for. Hey, where's Javad? You said how much I get paid? So far, $20. Thank you, Shana. Shana is saying I am clearly Mossad masquerading as a basic white woman. Okay, so even though she's a basic white, like, you're not basic, Shana, but even though she's a white woman, she's telling us that she's Mossad. So this will be considered as Zionist funding. Okay, so we'll take that. We'll take it as Zionist, right? But this is what you don't do. Like, look at this. He says when he asks them, is it justified? This line right here, like, what did those children do? As if it would be like, because guys, I know sometimes some of you want to clarify that, okay, some of these people, when they're talking about children, they're not talking about 8-year-old or 9-year-olds. They just put the label of child on a 17-year-old picking up a gun and fighting our soldiers, okay? But some of them are children. Some of them are and also to the audience, you cannot clarify everything in a few seconds. When somebody is using the word children and sniper, somebody taking them out with a sniper, you should just come out and condemn it right away and then add the clarifications later. That's what you're supposed to do. Like, yeah, any IDF soldier that does that, I condemn it. That's horrible. That's evil. Purposefully, if you show me any IDF soldiers purposefully targeting children, I condemn it. Easy. I support the IDF, but obviously there are bad soldiers in every army. Easy. Look at this.
Israeli snipers. Is that not the fault of Israeli snipers?
What did those children do?
What did they tell me? Did the children do?
He's like, what? He's saying, what did the children do? That's such a bad look. That is horrible.
Tell me, did the children deserve to be shot in the head?
Because the problem is,
you know,
over there,
millions of people are watching you say
they start brainwashing
children.
They start brainwashing children at a very young age.
So look, he's saying they start brainwashing children at a very young age. So he's basically suggesting that these children are brainwashed. So why not take them out? Does anybody here agree with this man? Do I need to explain what horrible fucking shit this is that this man is saying?
So you support sniping children in Gaza?
Look,
do other people here support sniping children in Gaza? Is that a conservative position now?
What if they're wearing a suicide vest?
They weren't.
But what if they are?
They're not, though. Dozens of children. I have friends who went there. Doctors went to Gaza. American doctors. They came back as we had multiple children.
What if they're
hell bent?
What if they're hell bent on killing you and your family?
A 10-year-old child, an 8-year-old child, a 6-year-old.
Okay, so somebody in the chat is saying absolutely agree with him. So look, so guys, so Torah, see, these monsters aren't real. So you see like people who might think like, oh, he's a paid actor or something. We have a person in the chat that agrees with this monster over here. So if you thought like they don't exist, they're here, some of them are here in the chat with us. Yes, exactly. Debbie's saying Israel will condemn them and hold them accountable. Yeah, exactly. And this is why we love Israel.
Because
this is
like
bad
I said,
for you.
Like
you're
said,
sitting on
they're
live television where millions of people are going to see your neighbors, your friends. You support the killing of children.
Millions of people don't know what's going on.
Even your fellow right-wingers are saying, don't go this far. White genocide, sure, but don't
millions of people
kids.
Don't understand the brainwashing that is going on in Islamic Republic and in Palestine to create this hatred.
You're obsessed with Iran so much that you're supporting the killing of Palestinian children who never harmed you or any other Israeli. That's insane.
Look.
And the fact that you support Trump's ethnic cleansing now doesn't surprise me.
I didn't say ethnic cleansing. I said cleansing of the land.
All right, pause.
Because you need to cleanse the land from all the tunnels.
Slobodan Milosevic said similar stuff.
You've been voted out. Please return to your seat.
Okay, so Torah, you're saying he is not wrong. They are brainwashed. Yeah, he's not wrong about the fact that they're brainwashed, but he's wrong about the fact that Torah, do you think that that's the part that we're criticizing? When you said he's not wrong, they are brainwashed. Do you think that we're criticizing him because he said that those kids are brainwashed? Do you think that's the part that we have a problem with? The part that we have a problem with is that his endorsement, him suggesting that it's okay to shoot them in the head. Oh, your last decision was deleted? Okay, maybe I missed that part. Okay. This is serious, guys, because again, I know I've lost a lot of support by condemning pro-Israeli people. I hope there are not a lot of people who think like this. Okay, pro-Israeli people, the so-called pro-Israeli people who say stuff like this will be used by Islamists and leftists to try to paint all pro-Israeli advocacy with the same brush. And like, look at the monsters that they already have in the past 24 hours. You know how many channels have picked up on this, and they're basically attacking Israel using that 2-minute clip. Like Vosh is doing this. I'm pretty sure Hassan Piker would do this. TikTok is filled with this now, with that 2-minute video. Karl Zelensky, everybody. I'm pretty sure by tomorrow I'm going to see it on the Persian pro-regime Persian Iranian channels. Yeah, Dr. Tank is saying, but he's not Israel. Yeah, thankfully so. I mean, to be fair, there are some Israelis sometimes that say stuff like that as well. Yeah, anti-Islam saying you have to condemn the wrong thing done by Israelis if you are pro-Israel. Don't be complicit like the pro-Palestinians. Yeah, fantastic take, anti-Islam. That's a really good way. Amir saying the question is the equivalent. Do you condemn Hamas? Yeah, so actually, let me actually make this point. Okay, so what the other side needs to show us, when they're like, oh, look, let's say, for example, for tomorrow, we have absolutely undeniable evidence that there are some IDF snipers that have purposefully seen unarmed children and took a shot at their head and killed them. Okay, let's say that evidence comes out of that. Okay, if you were one of the people that said from the beginning that when I defend Israel, I'm not saying that every single person in Israel is a freaking saint. Obviously, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying comparing Israel's performance to other countries, and I see that it's better. That's what I'm saying. Then, if that evidence eventually comes, because guys, once they dig, they will find bad actors. They will find bad actors. Okay, so be ready for it. If you were one of the people who took that stance, now you are not going to be embarrassed because you always took the right position. That I'm basically defending the average. And if you take that position, when they bring that evidence out, what you will be able to say is this, okay? Is that systematic? Is that the policy of the IDF? Is that the actual strategy of the IDF? Because the numbers say that it's not. The numbers demonstrate that that's not the policy of the IDF. And then you could compare it to Hamas at this point. Like, look, when an IDF soldier does a war crime, it's because the IDF was trying to stop it, but missed that one. When a Hamas fighter commits a war crime, that was the policy of Hamas. That is in line with the goals of Hamas. That's what you said. That's how you respond. And then this is what you add, okay? And you say this means that the more you support Israel, the more equipped Israel becomes, the more advanced Israel becomes, the more wealthy Israel becomes, the more countries support Israel, the more technology Israel has, the less civilians will die. Given that obviously the goal of the IDF is to reduce civilian casualties. And the more Hamas is armed, the more support Hamas gets, the more equipped Hamas is, the more civilians die. This is the obvious conclusion. So we support Israel because more support for Israel means less civilian casualties, and more support for Hamas means more civilian casualties. I mean, the famous line is that if you disarm the IDF, you will see the greatest bloodbath in the history of mankind. Okay, you will see an act of genocide never recorded in history. If you disarm all of Israel today, if you disarm Hamas today, you will see peace in Israel. It will be the end of war. These are the points that you make. That's how you do it. You don't go like, those children were going to grow up to be terrorists. It was just better if we took them out earlier. Like, guys, you became the thing that you were fighting. Let me see. Tora saying, do you condemn Americans teabagging children after elbowing them? Yeah, of course. Of course. Like you're saying, Armin, do you condemn your neighbors? Yes, not America. I support those specific soldiers. This is easy. You know, if you condemn specific soldiers, that doesn't mean that you're condemning the entire country. Guys, as Americans, as Israelis, as Iranians, do you support every single citizen of your country? Obviously, I'm pretty sure you could think of people in your country that are like, oh yeah, those are criminals. I condemn those people. So obviously supporting Israel doesn't mean supporting every single person. Carl, thank you so much for the super chat saying, Stephanie says a bad faith actor is not an actor. Okay. I don't know what you guys mean by the bad faith actor line here. Are you guys is anybody suggesting that guy was like a paid actor or something? Like, guys, but thank you so much, Carl, for the super chat. Wub is saying it's all fictional. What is all fictional? This was all fictional? Like, are you saying this debate was all fictional? This was all just an act? Because again, I have to, if that's what you mean, I met these people. They are real. What are you talking about? The internet is filled with these people. Oh, the accusation is fictional. You're saying the accusation that the snipers. Okay, but that's my point. So, okay, saying no, Armin, that I see you got another super chat. I will respond to this. Okay, the accusation is fictional. It doesn't matter, because even if this is not real, the snipers taking out children in Gaza, the point is that without evidence, I'm almost sure that there are some IDF soldiers doing horrible things. It's called the law of large numbers. It's a full-on head-to-head confrontational war. Of course, somebody is going to do some bad, guys. Especially if wars prolonged, soldiers, even if most of your soldiers are good people, eventually someone's going to crack. Eventually, someone's going to get so depressed. Eventually, somebody is going to think like all of these mofos are basically evil. I'm gonna do the right thing. Like, somebody is gonna do some horrible shit. Even if this is a fictional accusation, somebody's saying, why are we assumed guilty before a trial? Is that I'm not every so the standard that you're applying here is to an individual soldier. Every soldier is innocent. So you're thinking collectively. You're saying we. Let me actually highlight that. I know we have a super chat. I want to respond to Torah. Okay. So look at this. Why are we assumed guilty before trial? Who's we? No one's condemning the entirety of Israel. In fact, we're defending Israel. You're thinking in collective terms. I'm not. I'm looking at individual soldiers, and every individual soldier is innocent until proven guilty. Obviously, me saying every individual soldier is innocent until proven guilty. So there's 3 levels to this. Every individual soldier is innocent until proven guilty. Me saying a war, any war in history, taken long enough, will have some war crimes in it by any side, is not accusing Israel as a whole to be guilty. It's just stats. It's just a reality of war. It's basically thinking that that's not going to happen is expecting Israel to do the impossible. I'm defending Israel here. I'm saying that Israel cannot be expected to monitor every single soldier at all times. And we are talking about thousands of soldiers. Of course, and they have access to guns, and the people there, again, other people, they're obviously average. Many people think collectively, and some of them are going to think like all of these people are monsters, and one person somewhere is going to do something terrible. I'm not blaming any individual soldier for being guilty. I'm not blaming Israel. I'm not saying Israel is guilty. When you say we, as if I'm collectively blaming Israel, I'm not. I'm just saying this is the reality of war. Enough soldiers, long enough time in a battlefield. Not every soldier is a saint. Somebody is going to do something horrible. And even if this accusation is all lies, they will eventually dig out something, find an evidence, and try to paint the entire Israeli army with the same brush. So saying that none of this happens is not going to be a good defense, because eventually they will find an example for you. Yeah, maybe I am, Stephanie. Maybe I didn't understand what the bad faith actor means. Sorry, guys, if I'm missing the explanation here. Okay, but if you're saying bad faith is as in bad faith in the way that they're arguing, can you clarify what you're talking about here? Because maybe I'm missing your point. Let me see what Stephanie was saying. Yeah, sorry if I misunderstood that. Yeah, I know what bad faith means, but I don't know what you guys mean by here. So that's actually the definition of bad faith that I'm looking at is completely in line with what I thought that you meant. So what am I getting wrong then? It's a form of deception which consists of entertaining or pretending to entertain one set of feelings while acting as if influenced by another. Okay, so that's actually completely in line with what I thought. So I don't know what I missed. Oh, Tora, thank you so much for the 5 membership gifts. Guys, somebody saying free Palestine. Somebody, I don't know why nobody has took that deal yet. They keep coming here and offering Palestine for free, and I've seen no takers yet. What happened? Is it worth less than free? Guys, free Palestine, folks. They're offering it for free. Oh, feel Palpatine. Oh, so this is free Palpatine. Free Palestine, guys. Any takers? Any takers? No? No, Stephanie saying we love you, Armin. I love you too. Sorry if I misunderstood what you were saying. To be fair, the super chat didn't explain much. Let me see. Actually, we got some super chats here. So, bad faith includes deception. So I was right. Delta is saying Mehdi would never debate someone capable like you. Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, but also, no, he has debated some capable people so far. To be fair, and he didn't do a good job actually when he debated someone capable. But he is really good at lying, at deception, and also by controlling the flow of the conversation, right? So here's what I noticed Mehdi does. Mehdi, when the opponent is actually good and you're getting to a good point, he interrupts you with a question. And then if you want to continue making your point, he accuses you of not answering the question. And that's a simple question. Answer the question. Yeah, it's a simple question. But if I answer it, I'm not going to be able to make my point that I was originally making. And then even if I answer you, then you're going to follow up with another question, another point, and now you have taken full control of the flow of this conversation. And he does that so effectively. So he makes a point that sounds very epic and on point. And when the other side is trying to demonstrate to the audience how wrong that point is, he interrupts them with a question and makes you look like a coward if you don't actually respond to that question. Right? And somebody needs to call him out at that. And if I was in a debate, I think if he did that, what I would do is basically spell out to the audience what's happening. And yes, he's going to ask me simple questions, and I have easy answers for them. But I was making a point. I could get to every single questions one by one, but I'm not going to let you control the flow of this conversation. I'm going to finish my point before I get to those questions. And if you're a coward for interrupting me because you know that my answer will destroy all your arguments. That's what I would say in a debate. You're a coward because you're trying to ask me some obvious questions in the middle of my response because you're afraid of my response. That's what I would do. That's good. You're right, guys. I would be a good debater. Oh no, Stephanie. What I meant is was he the Iranian guy is so He's neither a paid actor. He's also not doing any form of deception. The Iranian guy was not even experienced enough to do any deception. Like, so the Iranian guy in that debate was just an idiot. I mean, I think referring to him as somebody who's trying to deceive is giving him too much credit. He's just somebody who was just inexperienced in debate, I think, and has the worst arguments. Guys, I think I would be good in these debates. Like, if somebody tries to control, basically hold on to change the direction of the conversation, I think I know how to disarm them. Yeah, these are good examples of bad faith actors. Yes, Dave Smith, Tucker Carlson, Mehdi Hasan. Yes, that Iranian guy was just a fool. And now he's doubling down. Oh, yeah, this is the part that Jack was mentioning. Before I get to the rest of the super chats, let me actually show this. Remove this. So, again, I'm not going to show the image. He's showing some Hamas. Again, the bottom part is a dead body of one of the people that the Hamas soldiers killed. Okay, so this guy, look, this is his account. And you can see he's a monarchist because of the things that he has in his profile pic, right? And if you go here, it says he retweeted this Iranian guy, and it says اگه اون بچه‌هایی که تو غزه دارن از گشنگی میمیرن بچه‌های امثال اینان که به کیرم بذار بمیرن مادر جنده ها. Okay, so he's saying that if those children who are dying in Gaza from hunger are basically like these people, then my ass that they're dying from hunger, let them die, those motherfuckers, those motherfucking basically children. So he's saying let the children die if they're like this. That's not a good look. Like, these people are not helping Israel at all. These people are not helping Israel at all. Like, yeah, this is fucking. This is the. Oh, by the way, guys, if you want me to debate anybody, get them to email me. And also, they need to be significant people so that it helps the Atheist Republic YouTube channel. Okay. I've seen some people email some important people and CC me. That has been trying to convince them to have me on the show. That's really helpful. Thank you guys for doing that. And again, that's my email. If you want me to get on any of these platforms, that's my email. Okay, so. Oh, what am I doing? Let me remove that from the banner. No, let me put this back on. Okay, let me respond to the super chats. So, thank you guys for the super chats. Flying Robot Doc just got used his or her 11-month membership, saying, how is Israel at holding bad soldiers accountable? That's a good question. I don't know. I done some surface level research and I need to do more. What do you guys think in the chat? I don't know. Here's one thing I do know. I know that this is a difficult thing to do because in Israel, it could cause. I have to do more research on this, okay? What do you guys think? So Amir is saying only when it becomes widespread. Yes. There's a lot of tension regarding this in Israel. Yes, and so Torah is saying we got a court for the IDF soldiers. I know, but what is the level of accountability? Like, and again, here's one thing we have to be careful, okay? We have to compare it to other military courts. We cannot. This is what the bad faith actors would do. They would look at, if they would look at the numbers of the punishment rates based the rate of punishments compared to the number of accusations, and if you're bad faith, what you would do is that you would compare that number to civilian courts, or you just not compare it at all and just say, look how low the number is. Again, I'm not saying if the number is good or high, but the proper way of analyzing this is to figure out what that number is and then compare it to other military courts around the world to see how if Israel is doing good or not. Yeah, Sam is saying the military court is a busy place. But again, guys, I don't know if the Israel's record on that is good. So I know Israel's record in the war zone is fantastic, right? And I can see the results. The results are lower civilian casualties, whatever Israel is doing. So all of their strategies from the beginning to end, the end being the accountability to soldiers, even if some of the process is not good, the overall results are good. So let's say, for example, that we go and investigate and we realize that, yeah, Israel is not doing a very good job in holding bad soldiers accountable, right? And that would be a fair criticism to have. If, again, I'm not saying that's the case, but I'm saying if we realize that, then we could come like, yep, Israel could do a lot better in holding bad soldiers accountable. However, what you have, that's part of the process. That's part of the larger process in reducing civilian casualties. And even if that part is, doesn't meet the standards that we would like, obviously the results, the end results always speak for themselves. The end results is the number of civilian casualties relative to the fighters. That is the end result. I mean, if you're getting good results, then on average, the country is doing good. Does that make sense? Yeah, does it? So, for example, let's say that we're judging you on budgeting. Like, let's say you're a father and you're trying to manage the financials of your household, taking care of your family, and we're judging you, okay? And we're like, okay, you're making good income, you're climbing the career ladder, you don't have any serious debt, this and this and that, and then we find a corner of your financial life that is missing, that is like, oh my God, what the hell are you doing? You're spending too much on this and it's not worth it and this is not good. Yeah, okay, so you could criticize that, but overall, the financial health of the family, you have managed to manage it in a way that the family is healthy financially, even though we could point to a place and say that this area needs improvement. Guys, I'm so good at defending Israel. Holy crap, man! I'm impressed. I don't know. I keep asking you guys. I'm like, I should ask myself. Like what? I just said. I just came up with that example. Like, what the hell, man? Why am I this good? Like, yeah, get me on bigger platforms. God damn it! Like, we need a bigger audience here. Like, who does it better than this channel? Okay. Oh, Tora, thank you so much for 5 membership gifts and another 5 membership gifts here. Really appreciate that, Tora. Seriously, guys, like I've looked around. I do follow pro-Israeli people. I'm doing better than most people. Yes, humble, very humble. I'm saying you inspire, Armin. That is much more meaningful to me than beating idiots on the live stream. Oh, thank you. Healthy self-esteem. Thank you, Carl. One thing. Oh, thank you, Sam. The best. Thank you. Mohsen, you too. Thank you. All right, you're amazing. Okay, guys. Okay. Let me. This is good. Okay, one more important thing I need to mention to you guys. And guys, before I mention this, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget that the subscribe is not good enough. Hit the bell notification as well. If you hit the subscribe button, YouTube might not tell you when we go live. But apparently, if you leave a comment after the show is over, YouTube will consider you a serious watcher of this channel, and then you're more likely to get a notification when we go live. Oh, we get another super chat from Shana. Let me actually read that before making my final point. Shana saying you should do a crossover with Toleran. That would be fun. Okay, great. If that would be, let them get them to contact me in my email. This is my email. I would respond if they email me and they want me. Oh, where did the banner go? There's the banners back. Thank you, and thank you, Shana. Thank you for you keep supporting the channel. I really appreciate that. Okay, this is my final poll. Important, guys. Again, I know the people in this chat, you guys are good, okay? But in case one of you, somebody's watching this and they're like, "What are you talking about, Armin?" Obviously, it's like all of these people are like Muslim, or they're Arab. They want to destroy us, so it makes sense to just completely wipe them out, or like you cannot, like, Israel's existence is in danger, so you cannot be emotional about this and killing children if these children are going to be terrorists one day and they're brainwashed, so that makes them fair game. If you're one of those people, okay, let me just tell you that there's an easier way to defeat Israel. There's an easier way to defeat Israel than winning in the battlefield, because Israel is too strong, guys, to defeat Israel in a battlefield. Israel is too strong to be defeated in a battlefield. The better way for the enemies of Israel to defeat Israel is to destroy its moral standards, is to undermine Israel's values. Israel is superior because it has better principles. Israel is superior because it has higher values. Israel is a stronger, better country because Israel has better morality. They are better than those people because they limit themselves. They know the difference between good and evil. If they take that away from you, if they make you a little bit like themselves, that's how they can win. That is the only way that they could win, because you are too strong to be defeated in any other way. Okay? There's that. Okay, guys. So that was it. That was my TED Talk. Thank you for coming. And again, please recommend this video. Oh, somebody's saying, Armin, what is your response to Israel being a settler colony? Israel is an anti-colonial force. It's a nation state which is against empires. So it's anti-colonial. It's fighting the colonization, is fighting Islamic colonization. So nation state is anti-imperial. Israel is a nation state. It's fighting against the Arab or pan-Arabist or Islamic colonization. So it's an anti-colony, anti-imperialist force, anti-Islamic imperialism. Right? That's what it is. Anyways, we could go into that, but I don't want to get too long. Okay. So guys, like the stream, subscribe, hit the bell notification, leave a comment, and I'm Israel Chai. Javid Shah. Love you guys. Mwah. Bye.